Well, my latest book, So Much for That, is based on an experience of having one of my closest friends die. She got mesothelioma at the age of 50, which is deadly. And she died about a year and 3 months after she was diagnosed, which was pretty much on schedule in terms of her prognosis. Her treatment cost $2 million. And I don't think that all that chemotherapy and surgery extended her life any more than 3 months, if that. And so I started with my own discomfort. I loved my friend, but I don't think on a social level we got our money's worth. I think a lot of Americans live with the fear that something catastrophic would happen and there will be no one there to save them. I don't think they have the same relationship to government that Europeans do. Europeans essentially assume that the government will take care of them if they're sick, if they lose their job. But in the United States, unemployment is time limited. You can't be on it indefinitely. And there is no nationalized health care. Even post-Obamacare, there's no nationalized health care. As it happens, my friend was insured up to the eyeballs. And so that the story that I tell in the book is quite different. It's looking at someone who does have insurance, but not very good insurance. And one of the things that people don't understand who don't live in the States is that there's insurance and insurance. And a lot of these companies have multiple sly ways of transferring the payments to the patient. And my protagonist has that kind of policy. So that though he starts out by American standards really quite wealthy, he's broke by the end of the book. I'm afraid Obamacare, while better than nothing, is so complex and so incremental that it really just chips away at the problem. I'm afraid that the circumstance that I put together for my novel it would not be significantly altered by the provisions in this legislation. To my dismay, Obama decided at the outset that the one thing that was absolutely off the table was any kind of national health care system. If you look at the figures, not only are we now spending over 17% of GDP on health care, but we're on track to spend 40% of GDP on health care by 2050. Well, I don't think we'll ever get there. I think that is an unsustainable economy. Because if you think about healthcare, it doesn't produce anything. It doesn't manufacture wealth. It makes some people wealthy. It makes a lot of people wealthy in the US. But essentially, all you're doing is keeping your population alive and walking around. You know, you're not exporting anything. You're not really selling anything but what people have initially already, right? So what dismays me about the bill more than anything is that it doesn't have much in it to constrain costs, and that is the real problem. I don't consider myself disillusioned with Obama. I didn't have ludicrously high expectations for his presidency. I have a depressingly better appreciation for how much he was up against. I believe that American government is now fundamentally dysfunctional, and I'm not alone in that view. It's not even a radical view. I'm actually a big advocate of reducing the size of the U.S. federal government, and I'm a big supporter of Cameron's desire to reduce the size of the U.K. government. I think there's something about the nature of government that always grows to the point where it is no longer sustainable. After all, as my character Jackson observes, when you give people the capacity to take your money over time, are they going to take less of it?